So, this is my personal advice on short kings trying to become more attractive and feel confident within themselves. Now, there's one thing I have to say, and it's super important. Just because you're a short guy does not mean you can't experience life's experiences in a positive way. Are you going to be clowned for being short? Yes. Are you going to be looked at by people and they're going to think you're short? Yes. Are you going to have trouble in the dating aspect? Yes, 100%. But despite these negative aspects, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't be successful. And that doesn't mean that you can't be proud of yourself. This isn't going to be a video where it's like, oh, avoid baggy clothes because they're going to make you look big. Wear insoles, confident comes within yourself. Be proud of yourself. This isn't a video on that. This is a video on things that you can actually do that are actually going to make you feel better about yourself. And people are actually going to respect you more, even as a short guy. Now, you might be thinking, like, who am I? What do I have to say about this, right? Well, you see, this is a disclaimer because I am not short now. I wouldn't say that I'm short now. I'm around like 5'11". You know what? We can say 5'10" with shoes. But back then in high school, I was extremely short. I was one of the shortest and smallest guys in my high school. I was around 16 when I noticed that peers my age were like taller than me. And around 16, I was maybe around 5'4" ish. In high school, 5'4", in my state, at least in the US, is pretty short. And, I experienced all the problems of being short. My anxiety and confidence was down here because I was short. I noticed that my peers were getting taller than me. Literally, I saw 12 and 13-year-olds on my block, like in my neighborhood, that were taller than me. And I just felt bad. It was like, why did I deserve to be short? And so, I experienced all the problems of being short. And because of this, I started becoming obsessed with height. Not only getting in to like growing taller, of course, I did my research on trying to go taller, but I thought I was absolutely cooked because I have the shortest genetics in the world. My family, my mom and my dad literally come from two of the shortest countries in the world. That's Philippines and Guatemala. So because of this, I in a way accepted my fate. I'm like, okay, I'm literally 5'4" at 14, or I'm 5'4" at 16 as a sophomore in high school. There's a good chance I'm gonna stay this height forever. So I need to look into other ways. I need to leverage myself. I need ways that are actually gonna help me. And in this video, I'm going to give you advice that actually helped me be more confident despite being short. And this advice that I'm going to give you, this actually helped me while I was short. And then it still helps me now, even as 5'11", even if you're not on the shorter side, this can still help you as a man. No matter what, boost your SMB, become more attractive. But it's especially going to help you shorter guys. So the best thing that I want you to do right now, the best thing that's immediately going to help your life and maximize your attractiveness and your confidence 1,000%, is to get into some sort of MMA or fighting style. I don't care if you're going to start a boxing class next week. I don't care if you're going to go to some little kiddie taekwondo class tomorrow and start your white belt, get your white belt. I don't care if you're going to get into Muay Thai and literally start fighting in the ring tomorrow. You need to get into some sort of fighting and learn how to fight and get good at it. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you are a fighter, you get lots of respect. Now, you might be thinking, okay, what does this have to do with height? Height is important for several reasons. There's tons of reasons why height is important for men. But one of the most important reasons is that the taller you are, the more respect you get and the more you're seen as a threat. Okay. So obviously, as a shorter guy, I can relate to this problem as well. I've been extremely intimidated by 6'2", 6'4" guys in the gym. Even at school, the 6'2" guys, the 6'4" guys, they're huge, right? Because they look like they can take us on. They look like they can literally just pick us up. We're like babies, right? But here's the thing: when you are a fighter and when you know how to fight, people automatically get respect for you. I remember I was watching this YouTuber of mine. His name was Jose Zuniga. Now, this guy, he was popular back in the day. He was also like a self-improvement like YouTuber, and he was telling me this story on how he met this guy. He's around 5'6", right? And 5'6" isn't really that big, and considering this YouTuber, this guy that I was watching, he was 6'2", right? And he was basically saying on like, like, he's short, he's a short guy, 5'6". But then he started respecting him more when the 5'6" guy told him that he was a jujitsu constructor and that he knew how to fight. And that when he shook his hand, when Teaching Men's Fashion, the YouTube, when he shook this guy's hand, he immediately gained respect for them. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you get into fighting MMA, you're going to be respected. Like, imagine if you meet like a short guy, right? And you don't know he's gonna fight. He does fight. But then imagine if he tell you he does fight, he's in the ring, he actually like competes competitively. Wouldn't you have some sort of respect for him? You're going to get 10 times more respect if you start fighting right now compared to if you don't do anything else. Fighting MMA, that's probably one of the best things. I don't even think you should do any other sport. I feel like MMA is the best thing that you can do. But like I said, respect, when you're taller, you're seen as like more dominant, like you can take people on, you're huge, you're tall. But if you're on the shorter side, and if you're literally known for fighting and going in the ring, people are going to be like, okay, he's a shorter guy, but he probably trains hard. He knows how to fight. He literally gets punched in the ring. And this is going to help you, especially if you like get really good at it, like even competing, which I recommend you do. But you are going to basically get so much respect, and you're going to get not as much respect for being tall, but people are going to be like, okay, he fights, he trains, he's a shorter guy, but he still trains. There's some respect. You're going to get some respect and more respect if you start fighting right now. So literally, if you literally want to start becoming more attractive right now and feel good about yourself, literally get into an MMA class right now. Like literally start a boxing class right now. Literally, like, go, you can go to like your martial arts training store by you, your like a dojo or whatever. You can literally go there, book a free call. I've personally have gotten into martial arts before, and even as someone who's not super short, doing that, like at least knowing how to fight has brought my confidence to the point where even if there's like a 6'6" guy in the gym, I don't get intimidated by it because I lived and I know how to fight. So start fighting. The second thing that you can start doing that's going to get you respect, but also is going to help you become successful as a shorter guy and not get like clowned by a bunch of people, is becoming really good at a certain skill. And one of the best examples that I have for this is someone named Jeff Nippard. Now, if you're not into body weight or lifting or fitness, he's basically a bodybuilder, right? But he's a bodybuilder that goes deep into the best forms for exercise, the best diets, how to lose weight, how to get stronger. And because of this, he is very well successful. He has his own fitness business, and he's very successful. The only thing that I was really shocked by when I like actually started to get to know him is that he is actually 5'5". I had no idea that Jeff Nippert was 5'5". But even though I found out he was a shorter guy, I honestly still have a lot of respect for him because from him and his videos, I learned a lot about fitness and bodybuilding that have honestly helped me in my fitness journey. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you are a shorter guy, but when you get into a certain skill, when you start learning a certain skill and becoming good at it, you are going to be well known, and people are going to look at you for that skill and be like, "Wait, yeah, he's the guy for that skill. He's really good at this." So my advice for you is pick a certain niche, okay? So maybe you're already into fitness, start posting and become really good in a certain niche. And then once you build an audience, people will start knowing you. Let's say you're not into that. Let's say you're into like automotive, you're into cars. Get really good at cars, start your own car business and just excel in it, like literally obsess over it. So you can literally become like the Jeff Nippard of whatever niche you're going to. People are literally going to see you and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, that's him. Like he's really deep into this. Like this is like what he's working towards." Because let me tell you something, there's nothing worse than a short guy that doesn't know what he's doing. And I've been in this position as well. I've been purposeless before, but you become so much more attractive and your confidence goes up once you are working towards a purpose. So right now for me, it's me making educational content on YouTube. For you it might be cars, for you it might be art. Excel in it, get really good at it and become known for it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.